Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LD Demola, House of Commons, and to my right,
Pascal Atoma, House of Commons.
And Yosuji, House of Commons.
Ike Onoha, House of Commons.
House of Commons.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
All right.
On today's episode, we could drink.
Oh,
On today's episode, Nigerian Americans are broke. Nigerian Americans are broke. You guys can stop me whenever. I will just keep saying this.
Hold on. Is that a question or a statement?
My guy, statement with a question mark at the end.
What is Nigerian Americans? You mean
Nigerians in America. So whether you're a Nigerian American or you're a Nigerian visiting America or you're a Nigerian that is here somehow, Nigerians who exist in the United States of America are broke. They don't get money.
Come on, man.
What makes you say, like, what brought this?
Well, let's say you can start by
What are you comparing?
Your
What are you comparing?
You know, to the average American,
Okay.
to the average Nigerian in Nigeria,
Okay.
to the average Nigerian.
Okay, I
outside
can say Nigerians in America compared to the Nigerians in Nigeria that are doing good. The Nigerians, the ones in America are broke.
Exactly.
I can say that for sure because I know a lot of my friends who are Nigerians who are based in Nigeria who can buy 20 of my friends who are based in America.
Oh wow.
You know,
the way you put that thing is a little bit controversial because you said Nigerians in Nigeria that are doing good compared to Americans, Nigerians in America. So if you say Nigerians in Nigeria that are doing good, say Nigerians in America that are doing good. So compare apples to apples.
Yeah.
Just say
successful Nigerians
our
in Nigeria.
mates.
Okay.
Can I rephrase it? Can I rephrase it?
Right.
You can't rephrase it.
No.
Fix it as we go along.
Yeah, let me clarify.
Okay.
Successful Nigerians in Nigeria compared to successful Nigerians in America. From my perspective, successful Nigerians in America are broke.
Okay, can I just say one thing?
Broke.
Can I
They
just
don't get money.
Okay.
Money no day.
Let me just say
It
this.
depends on what you call success.
We're talking about financial.
This is the thing. This is the irony. The irony is that everybody assumes that because you're in the United States of America, that are not here, that you're living the good life.
Right.
That when you walk down the streets, a piece of paved with gold. That when the fire hydrant pops open, milk shoots out of the fire hydrant.
Wow.
The candy is just everywhere. Just passes out candy everywhere. But the actual reality is that you have to work really hard to get just a little bit. You know, and the truth is, we were going to talk more about it, but I think a lot of Nigerians, especially my parents' generation, didn't make very intelligent financial decisions. There are a lot of things that they could have pulled back on because of appearance, maybe because they wanted to appear like they were a lesser. You know, they wanted to show because of our culture that they have it when they don't really have it.
Right.
You know, for their Nigerian community that's here. And what kills me about that is 85 to 90% of those people, yeah, they got a little bit of money, but they're all struggling. And they're all, you know, hoping to God that they don't lose their job. You know, and
Especially in 2015.
Huh?
Especially in 2015.
Especially in 2015.
This is all like the Nigerians that live in Nigeria that are doing good. Because most of the Nigerians that live in Nigeria are doing good. Most of them have their own businesses.
And
most of them, they have backup. They're not so much afraid of losing their jobs.
The work life
they don't have
is different.
bills. They don't have as much bills to pay as the guys that are doing well here have to pay.
And another thing, exactly, you have to pay bills.
They don't carry a lot of credit like we do here.
Yes.
They don't owe anybody
They don't live on credit
Let's try to
either.
correct.
Yeah, they don't live on. Okay. You want to go? Okay, it's my turn.
No, let's try to, I don't want you guys talking over each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm saying most Nigerians that live here, because of the system we live in, we live on credit. If you go to Nigeria and see a guy in Nigeria driving a Rolls Royce,
Cash.
that dude had made a lot of money to the point that he can afford to take out money and go buy a Rolls Royce. If you come here and see a Nigerian driving a Rolls Royce here, it's just because he's got some majority. Because they have good credit. So they went and picked up this Rolls Royce. Any time they lose their job or lose whatever business they're doing, that's any shaky movement, the car company will come and pick up the car. Now, if you go to Nigeria and you see a Nigerian living in a 5-bedroom mansion, I bet you he doesn't owe any dime on that house.
No, how can you?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
How can you owe? They don't do loans like that.
That house house belongs to him. Whereas a Nigerian here that lives in a 5-bedroom house is paying mortgage.
You don't own. Own the porch.
So if you are here making $5,000 a week, and someone in Nigeria is making $5,000 a week, that guy is better placed than you, because it's $5,000 a week. If he spends he spends too much, he will spend $2,000, and he has this guy $3,000 left. Whereas here, if you make $5,000 a week and you're living at that $5,000 range, you might be spending even $5,000,
$6,000.
Yeah, so because of the location that these guys, the two people find themselves in, that's what comes in, and I can comfortably, or let me not say comfortably, I can actually say that the ones in Nigeria are doing better.
Well, definitely, I agree with. I guess we all agree with the fact that Nigerians in America are broke.
Yeah, it's a generalization.
I mean, I agree.
Not everybody.
I agree. I mean, I support the fact that most Nigerians in America are broke. You know, but the only thing about also in the same time, I'll say the quality of life here is a lot better than whoever has money in Nigeria experiences. The safety we have here, they don't have that. With all your money, you're still scared about, you can't walk out freely at certain times of the day. Here, you can go out at any time. I leave my house at 10 p.m. I come back after 3 o'clock. You don't have that kind of, so definitely, when it comes to money, I agree to that fact. Nigerians in America are broken head.
Also, another thing is that the way you get success in America compared to the way you get success in Nigeria, totally different. Majority of the way you get success in America is actually merit. It's actually you work to
When you
mention somebody who has a Rolls Royce in Nigeria, let's not talk about how he got that money. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
But that money is his, it's not credit.
But how about if it's stolen?
It depends on what you mean by stolen. I don't know what you mean by that, because I know a lot of guys that are doing clean businesses in Nigeria.
Really? They own Rolls Royces?
Yes, I know.
That's pretty fascinating.
I'll give you an example.
Don't say anybody's name. I saw your APT, you're rich.
Give us your money.
No, what I'm saying in essence is the way things are in Nigeria and the way things are set up in America, they're not the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Someone that lives here, you don't spend money to buy gas for your generator every day. A rich guy in Nigeria who wants to live good, have air condition, enjoy electricity, watch TV, you must have to set some money aside for gas. Because once the NEPA take light, once the light is off, you have to switch over to your generator. Yeah, so that's a lot of things, but at the end of the day, if you are making $10,000 here, someone is making $10,000 in Nigeria, they're gonna live better than you. And they're going to have more money reserved than you.
You have something to say?
It's just the system that we live in America. You know, it's set up for us to owe nowadays. You know, it's kind of, if you buy into it, it's set up for us to owe things, to owe people things. You know.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I'm saying that because it is a lot of things are put in place. It's not set up for us to owe exactly, but it's set up for us to owe in the sense that you lease your car. You don't own your house. You're told that you need to do things this way. Now, this is what I was trying to say earlier. That's what I was trying to say. Society in our Nigerian community, a lot of us have been told that we need to look and have this certain facade. That we need to be having this we need to be living in this neighborhood. I can't tell my, like if my auntie can't tell this other person that she's living in this neighborhood. Because it needs to be, I need to be living in this neighborhood.
With the Joneses.
I gotta keep up with the Joneses. So if I do not have it, I need to have it no matter what, because I gotta keep up with the facade. So even if I gotta pay $500 a month for my, to lease my car, I gotta do it. Even if I gotta pay money that I don't have to live in a neighborhood that I shouldn't be living in, just because I want to look good, I'm gonna do it anyways, because it's more important for me to look good than to be happy or be comfortable.
Okay, now to kind of share your point, right? But also point one thing out. One thing I'll say is in Nigeria, right, a lot of the success has been passed down from generations. Our parents are probably, they're the first.
I don't believe that.
Well, let me finish my point.
Okay.
Okay, so Nigerians, a lot of the success and a lot of the not so brokenness has been passed down from generations Meaning, if your father has a house, you don't have to go out and look for another house, right?
That's true.
Here, the first generation, our parents that came, they have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So it's our generation that's going to have to continue their success, right? That's one. Another thing is, I'll be the first to say, or just I'll be bold enough to say, one of the major wrong decisions our parents made when they came here was actually going to get an education. From my perspective, I'm dead serious, because when you look at when you look at deep success, right? Somebody said, well, common sense tells you will never ever be that successful unless you have your own. Unless you own something. Now, when you look at the colleges our parents chose to go to because of the peer pressure, had to be the best. It did not matter how much you were paying. So someone who gets a scholarship and somebody who doesn't, it doesn't matter how you fund this school, you have to go to the best school. So think about this. If college tuition, let's say in total was $50,000, and you could have spent $50,000 to own an apartment, but you chose to get a degree that makes you become a doctor. The higher you climb, the more success you have to show in our society, right? So if I become a doctor, I have to live like a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you compare our lives to those of the Asians who came to America, the reason why they own donut shops and live in those donut shops is because the success has to be long. You know, it has to pass down. So if I'm going to create a business, right, I'm going to send my children to school to either continue this business or go into something else that keeps the success going.
Right.
But in our culture, right, when you really investigate Nigerians in America.
Okay. Well, I hear your point. LD, you made a valid point, but I think you went too far, though. but I think you went too far, though, or rather too deep. Too deep into it. Because right now, what I'll say is, let's put our generation on the pedestal, okay? I don't know how much schooling you went to in Nigeria before you came to America, but let me put like people that I went to college with in Nigeria before I came to America. A lot of them, over 90% of them are doing good. They're the ones running things now, okay? Compared to me here, I'm not running things, but I'm living comfortably, right? So what I'll say is, even though our parents made those mistakes by going to the best schools and doing all that, blah, 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 we can create ourselves by making the right
Do we have the capital to do that?
But
I can choose.
Number one, I've not accepted that them going to the best schools. I'm not sure that it's a mistake.
Well, Pascal, please. Can I just finish?
Okay.
I'll just finish and then I'll you can, because I can choose not to drive the Mercedes-Benz, not to drive the luxury. Well, I'm just saying Mercedes-Benz, any luxury car. I can choose not to live in Beverly Hills. I can choose not to. So it's up to me to make those decisions now, so I don't have to blame anybody for putting me in any kind of financial stress. So that's my point.
Well, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But when you generalize, when you look at the generalization of the Nigerians in America, now keep in mind I'm talking from a perspective of Los Angeles. I'm talking about the stuff that I know, right? How much would you say those right choices have been made? Because if I said, okay, listen,
that's why I want to speak on it.
Okay.
That's why I want to speak on it. It's not the education that stopped them from making business investments. It's not education. Some people, some people are not businessmen. Some are. There are some of them that came here. They went to school, some of the best schools. They finished school. They decided they don't want to work for the white man. They all went and opened up their own businesses, and they're doing very well. They did very well, and they are passing it on to their children now. Some Nigerians in this city, Los Angeles, right? There are some of them that decided they want to go into real estate, and they went into real estate. They didn't let the school stop them, but there are some of them that came to here, studied book, and stayed with book. Those ones, they most of them, those ones, those ones, they didn't leave anything for their children to inherit. The only thing their children inherit is go to school.
Okay, so if you wanted to generalize, if you wanted to, because all we can really do is generalize. If you really wanted to give a percentage of Nigerians who basically have the same, right? Success. Like, if I'm a college student, a Nigerian American college student, and I wanted to work for a Nigerian-owned business, right? What are my choices? Based on that success,
it's very low.
Extremely low.
Your chances, that's very, very, very low. But let me tell you the truth, right? You still cannot blame our parents or okay, my own dad.
It's not a blame. I'm not blaming you.
Let me just say something. I think that, you know, if you look at the percentage of Nigerians that we know, I mean, region to region, maybe if you go to DC, if you go to some other places, Nigerians are doing differently in different places. I'm probably sure that there's still not enough entrepreneurs.
We're successful.
Yeah. And probably successful academically.
Depending on what we call
success. We're probably successful academically, where we get into jobs that are more corporate and those kind of things. But we're not climbing anywhere high in that, but at least we're successful in the sense
not running things.
We're not running things. But we're successful in the sense that we have
pay our bills.
We can pay our bills. We may be able to drive a BMW. We may have a Mercedes Benz.
But most of us, it's not our car.
We don't really own it.
We all agree on that fact, though. We all agree on that fact. It's just because we bought into the system, the American system. You know, they give you all those things. They make it so affordable for you to own a luxury car and live because
this is what they feed you. This is what they feed you.
Okay, but hold up. Let me ask a question. We come from Nigeria, right? Now it's 2015, and I still purposely drive a 96 Toyota Camry because it drives, right? Now, you might look at it and say, oh wow, this guy is broke. Think again, because I worked in the financial industry, so I saw how money actually moves, right? I saw people believe that $5,000 in credit is $5,000 in cash. We all know it's not the fact, because as soon as you start reading those percentages, you get what I'm saying? But then I looked at the pressures of
society,
success, what it looks like in our culture, and what success actually is sleeping at night and nobody's knocking on your door saying, so how many of us in America are making those actual decisions?
Can I take it to another level?
Yeah,
can I take it one more level?
Take it to that level because I need to hit on what he just said.
A lot of, and you talk about what success actually means. A lot of these people, they hustled and they grinded to get to this point of success. Right. Then they get there, they're like, you know, this is some bullshit. I'm hungry.
Especially because they have no say.
There's no say. Your parents forced you into something and then you bought into it, and then society kind of tells you this is the route to go. Maybe in your heart you were a painter or whatever, but you decided to go and do whatever. I'm not going to even say any fields. There's about 6 of them that we pick. Right. So when you pick,
line is 3.
But that's basically what I'm trying to say.
Let me tell you something you said, right? See, what our people consider to be success, sometimes when I look
it's
at
such
it,
a failure.
Masters, doctorate, PhD, upon PhD.
Let's not even go there, but let's come down to the ground. You go to an African party. You come to this African party. There's Mercedes 550, there's Mercedes D, there's this, all of them. Now, all these people that have all these cars, among all of them, only about 5% own their own businesses. Only about 5% control their own destiny. The rest of them, their destiny is in the hands of someone.
Now let me ask you this, and you will probably answer this best. Now these people who have these Benzes, right? If you look at the people who actually employ them, right? The people who actually have the money to employ 100 of them, you probably will never see a Mercedes Benz.
Okay, I don't know how to put this so it doesn't sound arrogant, but you know when we were doing Hurricane in the Rose Garden? When we were shooting Hurricane in the Rose Garden, most of the employees that were working for us, they were all living in houses where they were paying about $2,000 mortgage a month, $3,000, $4,000. We were living, I lived in an apartment. But they have to come to the apartment to collect their paycheck. And then when they come, some of them drive the latest model cars. And then I was driving a Mazda Protege. Yes, that's what I was driving. Yeah, I was driving Mazda Protege, but I was calling those chicks. So at night when they leave, I was just laying in my bed, I was thinking, am I the stupid one?
Nah, bruh. No.
Are they the stupid one? So you know what I'm trying to figure out, who is the fool here? Is it me or? But, but as time goes on, I found out that maybe they were the stupid
Of course, the freedom. Sir, before you chime in, can I just say something? Backing on what you said about the way the American dream, what it looks like and us paying different things. So for example, and we're talking about 2015, where we all know there's really no money in America anymore. It's a hunger game right now. Okay. up to this point, if you want to marry into a Nigerian family in America, right? Now keep in mind, in Nigeria, if you have a PhD, master's, a house, 17 horses, and a car, everything's paid. There's no such thing as you go bank, they go give you loan. It's not like that in Nigeria, right? In America, if you have a PhD, we know the price of a PhD.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Number two, if I want to get married in America, right? And I told a lady, okay, instead of us having a big party, right? That's gonna cost, let's say, $25,000. Let's just say it's probably more than that. Instead of having a $25,000 wedding, is it okay to put this $25,000?
$25,000.
Okay, I'm just trying to be made up. Don't worry.
2015.
Let's put this $25,000.
They drop like 80 racks.
Okay.
How much do you spend for your wedding?
Okay, hold on. If I realistically said, okay, as a man saying, okay, this is the better decision for the long term, for the long haul, right? Let's put this $25,000 into a house, right? And we can have 100 parties in this house. In our culture, it is, oh no, you have to have a big wedding, right? Which is way more than $25,000. To me, that is the seed of being broke forever.
Yeah. Well, LD, it just reminded me of something. I had this conversation just a couple days ago with another female. I said we should make it a law in this country.
You said with another female. Are you a female?
No, I had a conversation with a female. Okay, thank you very much. We should make it a law that financial education should be a law to be taught in school. And one more thing, both financial and there's two things that we take for granted.
Entrepreneurship.
Thank you. Financial education and entrepreneurship. Those should be made a law because we make a lot of laws. Seatbelt, they make it a law for you to be. It's my choice if I want to put a seatbelt or not. Why should that be a law if I want to drive around and whatever happens? See that we care about the things that don't matter the most. No. It's financial education and marriage counseling should be a course.
Marriage necessity.
Because marriage. No. Well, because the thing with marriage, nobody wants your trainings or teaches you anything about marriage until you just dive into it. That's why there's a lot of failure in marriages and the numbers are staggering. See those two things, like what we're talking about. So I just wanted to throw that in.
Can I just add something? I was watching this motivational speaker. He was talking a lot about how education nowadays is not really seriously. We don't like this. It's not serious. It's not real. It's real, but what they're teaching us is not really important and vital to real life. The tools that you need to be really successful in life, they're not really taught in school.
They don't teach entrepreneurship.
None of this stuff.
They don't teach common sense.
Nobody teaches you to be a business owner.
The Nigerians that live in Nigeria who are doing good, that's why they're better placed than the Nigerians who think they're doing good.
And because they don't even learn that entrepreneurship in school. They learn it from the environment, the family.
Which is what is supposed to street smart.
I know you get on me on this one. That's why the Eagles are so successful.
No. Can I say something? Yeah. Can I be honest? And back me up if you think I'm lying. I said they can crucify me for whatever they want. I said, based on what I've seen in Nigeria, right? Day-to-day transactions. Based on what I've seen in Lagos, day-to-day transactions, I cannot argue. It is Igbo boys. You can't tell me about Nigeria's economy.
They don't go to any school to learn what they learn.
Here's the thing. Here's what I always say. If this is kind of off topic, if I was appointed president, right, and there's no bias, just based on natural assessments of people's behaviors, I would say, entertainment industry, Yorubas, right? Because they're naturally, I don't know what it is, but based on what I've seen, they're entertaining, multimedia, whatever the case may be. Business transactions, I cannot argue based on what I've seen in Lagos State. Come on, bruh.
Yeah.
I can't argue that.
You could say it.
Am I lying?
Say it.
Oh,
thank you.
I'm not joking.
Let's not do the Igbo Yoruba.
No. Is this guy being diplomatic? Oh my God.
I'm not being diplomatic. I want us to stay on the topic.
I want us to stay on the topic.
Yeah. What I know from what I've seen, most Americans, those Nigerians that live in America, right? Just because they live in America, some people that live in Nigeria think they're doing.
Can I?
It's a lie. Can I say one thing? Nigerians are struggling.
Can I say one thing real quick? we're talking a lot about Nigerians, right? We're getting on the Nigerians. We're saying Nigerians are doing
Because that's
this.
where we're from.
Yeah.
That's who we are. Oh.
I just want to just play a little bit of devil.
You want to say
Okay.
Africans?
Is it just us though?
Well,
No,
It's not just us.
yeah, it's not.
Because
We actually
Americans do
Okay,
this.
we make better bad decisions. No, for real. At least we make safe bad decisions, right? When it comes to long success, right?
okay.
Because here's one thing I want to say, right? I kind of lost my train of thought on something else.
Yes,
but
I
think what it is is-
I know where you're trying to go.
I think what it is
Where
is-
I'm trying to go is simple and short. The Nigerians in America are broke. Period.
Okay, and the reason,
Right.
thank you for bringing it back. The reason why Nigerian Americans could stay broke, and the reason why Nigeria is not as successful as it should be, is because of what we're doing right now. Nigerian Americans, from what I've noticed, and Nigerians as a whole, this is not to attack Nigerians, but we're trying. This show is to make things better, right? If I know
open up the
something,
womb
exactly.
so they can see
If
it.
I know something, right, as a Nigerian, in order to grow, it makes sense for me to share this information with you and get your input on how we can continue this in Nigerian culture, Brad. It's not come on. My goal is to make sure you never know what I know,
Right.
which is another reason
Right.
why we stay
And you know,
broke.
and you know that mentality. That's like, okay. Put it another way.
But-
You know what Bill Gates said. Like, if he makes everybody around him millionaires, then he wouldn't have to help anybody else to. He doesn't have to
Yeah, but-
Teach him how to
lend
fish.
anybody money. And look, when you make more money, when everybody around you has
Exactly,
money,
of course.
Yes,
You
but
become- that's what it should
Let me
be.
tell you something. The act of not sharing information depends on how people were raised too.
No,
think so?
Pascal,
I think it's kind of common, though.
it's there, but it's been a culture. It's a
really
culture
common.
in Nigerian
I don't
circles.
I don't believe if I share information with you, it will stop me from doing my
Oh,
thing.
most.
It's not about shit.
that-
No. Here's the thing. Here's the
Or
thing.
discuss.
Okay, so if we want to build a house, right? I paint, you do foundations, you do stucco, and you do roofs, right? The first thing that I've noticed that is common, right? That happens in our culture is I want to take credit for everything.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I knew you were gonna
I want to
say
take
that.
credit for everything.
Before you even go there.
Or instead of you
Exactly.
to hire your own brother, you
Exactly.
hire a different skin
Exactly.
color.
Or when you go somewhere, you won't even mention 3 or 4.
Exactly.
You just say,
Exactly. It's so bad, and I think that is why we stay stagnant on things that we can be so prosperous
Wow,
with.
wow,
You know,
wow.
does it make sense at all?
Yeah, of course.
That looks like
another thing that makes the Nigerian people here stay broke. There's constant power. When they come in, they turn on the air condition. Power.
Relax.
The refrigerator is always cold.
24/7.
There's no mosquito bites, so they don't have to work for mosquito bites. When they want to buy gas, it's just up the street, boom, they don't have to stay in line and buy black market. So there's more.
Why do we forget where we come from?
Yeah, so there's really some of them, they have gotten so comfortable in this society, they've forgotten that
can I-
they have gotten so comfortable in this society, they've forgotten that we don't come from here. That's number one. Then some of them that don't visit home, they still think Nigeria is that Nigeria of
Suffering.
1970. Nigeria.
No.
I remember one of my friends saying that he's gonna go home to Nigeria and he's gonna use $4,000 to build a house.
Okay.
I tell you the truth. I asked him, I said, bros.
Is it a dog house
Hold on, I said,
or
bros.
a chicken
I
house?
asked him, I said, bros, when did you come to America? He said, I came in 1982.
Oh, cool.
Hold on. I said,
Cool.
when was the last time you went to Nigeria? He said, I've not been, but I'm planning. Once I go, I
Nice.
said, see, that's I told him, I said,
4,000.
that's your $4,000 for finishing Lagos. I said,
That's so good. Yeah, that's good.
I told you, his $4,000 will finish in Lagos before he makes it to the east.
You want me to go first? In conclusion?
Yeah.
Well, in my conclusion, I'll say I seriously think financial education and marriage, should be taught as a course in schools. If it's not taught in schools so far, or if they haven't started doing, I think it's within our powers to teach our family, to teach our children, to try to educate people that we have influence over. Being in America, even though the people in Nigeria are doing well, I think they still look up to America because of what America, the image of America. So we have a lot of influence
look at the color
to that
of your skin,
society,
they look
to
at
that culture. So I think, us that know better, use that power to make our environment better, because the best way to make a country better is the next person around you. From a family, you can educate or make the culture better, and that would affect the whole nation. That's my conclusion.
I think the simplest way to say what I want to say is that the sharing of information. You know, if we can educate each other. If you're older than me and you've been through what I've been through, if you're about 10 years older than me and you've been through what I've been through, you've seen things, and I'm going up that path and I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. And I think I'm doing the right thing because my parents told me this is what I'm supposed to do. My uncle told me this is what I'm supposed to do. But you're actually living it.
Right.
Your responsibility is to tell me, look, bruh, this is not how it is. I did it the right way. And this is what happens when you do it the right way.
Right.
These are the benefits of doing it the right way, and these are the consequences, the negative consequences of doing it the right way. So the most important thing for me is sharing information. Remember, we are all brothers, bruh. We gotta help each other.
Wow.
We gotta uplift each other. So if you see me about to fuck up, you better stop me from doing that. You better at least share the information. I ain't gotta listen to you, but share that information with one another, and then pull your brothers in so we can all win.
Okay.
That's just all I have to say.
Wow.
Okay. What I have to say is comfortability is not success. So just because you're comfortable in America doesn't mean you're successful. And for those of you who doesn't visit Nigeria, who doesn't visit home, I don't care which part of Africa you come from. The Africa you think it was when you left is not where it is today. People are building. Things are changing. People have internet in the villages now. People have access to cable TV in the villages now. People are living. So if you think you're living in America and you're comfortable and you think you're successful, you may want to go home and see what other people, the people you left behind, what they are doing. That way, you can use them to measure to measure yourself.
Right.
Because it's always good to have a mirror. You can use them as a mirror to look at yourself and know if living in America, if you're successful or not. Just because the American government have a system where there's constant power, there's good road, there's clean water, and all that doesn't mean that you are successful. But you are still you. At the end of the day, you're still going to go back to Nigeria one day. And if you don't plan on going back to Nigeria, when you die, they'll bury you here. Where your grandfather is buried in Nigeria. Right? So what am I saying is that from our topic, Nigerians in America, when we say they're broke, it's not only financial broke, it's mental too. You know, so we need to visit Nigeria often.
Say that one more time. Say this word again. It's mental brokenness.
Yeah, it's not just when I say you're broke, it doesn't mean you're just broke in your pocket. No, you can be broke mentally. Do you understand what I'm saying? So most Nigerians here that are, from what I know, they are broke mentally because what they think it is, the Nigeria they think it is not the Nigeria that we have today. You know, so I advise everyone to please get close to home, because some of them here might even do better if they go back to Nigeria.
Let me say it like this.
For
a long
That
time,
should be another topic.
for a long time, we used to send money home. These days, home is sending money to us. That's true. Am I lying?
No.
Exactly.
You're not lying.
Home.
Wow.
You are calling
That is so
people, send money. Am I lying?
Reverse.
It's true.
Bro, don't be offended. I was just in Abuja last week, right? But when before I got to Abuja, before I even landed, my brother already took care of everything that's supposed to be taken care of. So I came and I said, well, I have cash. He said, well, cash for what?
Oh, wow.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
He said,
That means your cash.
he said,
You
cash
need your money.
for what? So I stayed in Abuja. I didn't spend one dime.
Wow.
It's changed.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So,
So, but before you will come and it will, things have changed.
I think success happens when I can say I own a company or I have a say in something, and someone's child needs a job, and I can say come and work. That's how I see success. Because
that's it.
when you look at other cultures in America, that's all that happens.
That's true.
But it seems like we're in this employee forever kind of mentality.
We need to change.
It needs to change quickly, because I think population-wise, there are a lot of us here now, and I think we definitely need to have some kind of say, and that say starts from thinking away from what the norm is and actually thinking success as a unit.
Yeah.
Because we can't just keep talking about this person's rich. If we all have some kind of financial stability, it's so much easier to build a castle than where just one person is in need.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
Let's just Stop being broke and go home. My team better.